The older you get, the smaller your circle gets, you know? And yeah, it's sad. But at the same time, you can only do what you can. You can only do so much. And if you find yourself when you're 60, no family, no friends, 60 to 80, whatever, no family, no friends, and you're just sitting there smoking a cigarette on your porch, if you didn't do everything that you could, there would be some regret and some longing. But if you knew you did everything that you did, and you actually gave it an effort, then once you find yourself alone, I think there would be peace. Because you gave it your all. There would be peace in that loneliness when you're 80 years old. You can't have any regrets, man. You got to put your heart out there, even if it might get crushed. You got to try. You know, you have a dream, even if it seems impossible. You just have to try, because what else is there to do? What do you have to lose? You know? It really doesn't matter. It's all going to go away anyway. Find something that you like and something that's beyond yourself and pursue that. And if you don't know what it is, just do things. The more you do things, the closer it is you'll be to finding it. Now, I'm not trying to make this like a whole motivational speech. Hey guys, here's my motivation. Now buy my course. Spend $30 and buy my course. And become my client where I can give you consultations. No, this is just me as a fucking man, as a human being. Just telling you what I think, you know, and what's been bothering me, you know. I'm a 23-year-old man. I find myself in this world, this modern world, and I'm not trying to motivate. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. I'm not trying to complain and rant and be bitter about things. All I'm saying is just like, all I'm saying is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like literally. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, man, it's a tough time out there. You're probably thinking, damn, he had a day. He had a rough day. I did have a rough day. It wasn't rough in like an emotional, like, oh my God, it sucks. I'm crying. It's the end of the world. I had a rough day and more like a damn. That's disappointing, you know? Because I made a friend a year ago, and today it's like, it seems like the ship is sinking. And it's not because either of us wanted it to sink. It's because there was just miscommunication and weirdness. And on my part, mainly, I'm the one to blame. Everything that happens to you as a man is your fault. That is true. You have to take accountability. And I will say, in this friendship, in this relationship, a lot of it was my fault. That's just plain and simple. And it's weird because, is it my fault for just being honest and expressing myself, and for that person to not really get it, not really understand? Is that my fault? Putting myself out there like that? You start to think maybe it is. Maybe I'm resentful now. And maybe I don't want to do that in the future. I don't want to put myself out there to people like that. But is that such a bad thing? And then when you try earnestly to mend that friendship, because it matters to you, you know? Because you want to be real with people. And you realize how rare it is to have a genuine rapport with somebody. Is it a bad thing that you try to mend it and make it better? I don't think so. I don't think there's nothing ignoble about the attempt to do so. But at the same time, it's like, If those people go, those people go. There's nothing you can really do about it. Everybody is on their own journey. And that's just something that you have to accept. You can't really cling on to life because of your own existential dread. You can't cling on to people. You can't cling on to material things because it all goes, man. It all goes. You know, that's the fool. That's what an idiot does. An idiot believes in the world of material. They believe in things. They try to hold on to it. They try to get things because they have an idea that this will complete me. This will make me happy. This will bring meaning to my life if I just buy this thing. But really, it's like, it's not. You're trying to fill the void inside you with, trying to use your credit card to fill the void inside you. And it's never going to work. And people spend their whole lives convincing themselves that it will. But the only thing that will work is acceptance. Be connected to everything, but don't be attached to anything. Just got to flow free and just let it go. And just be. To be or not to be. That guy, I think it was Shakespeare. That guy's a fucking genius. Why didn't I think of that? To be or not to be. So fucking simple. I could have been famous. I could have been a genius. To be or not to be. I think, therefore I am. Why didn't I think of that? I'm a genius, man. I thought about that when I was like 8 years old, but then someone else 500 years, 1,000 years before me had the same thought. All learning and all thoughts, they don't belong to us. I think they're a form of recollection. You know, how often is there like a genuinely new idea that's never been thought of before? Really, think about that. Since civilized history, since written history, how often was there like a novel idea that was truly revolutionary? Maybe a few times out of billions of people that ever lived. Maybe few times. Jesus, Socrates, Plato, Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, Nietzsche, Marx. I'm not a fucking communist, but hey, that's a new idea. Tesla, Einstein, even Elon Musk. How many new ideas are there? And where do they come from? I don't think they're self-generated. What I mean by that is I think our brains and our consciousness are like an antenna that's tapping into something greater. And occasionally, when the moment is right, when the circumstances line up, when everything is just right, that right idea hits the right individual, and then they're able to do something with it.